Hi, I'm a 25-year-old engineer, and a year ago I decided to do a master's in biomedical engineering and the Fab Academy. The Fab Academy is a digital fabrication and rapid prototyping course, so I thought it was the perfect combination to try to design, okay, this is not working, okay, to design medical devices. I was going to do so in Fab Lab Madrid CEU. This laboratory shares the inventory with all the laboratories called Fab Labs. They belong to a worldwide network. So anything I could do in Fab Lab Madrid CEU could be easily replicable all over the world. Isn't that great? After a little bit of research, I realized that some countries were needing infant incubators. So me and my mentor decided to go on and started collaborating with a hospital in Sierra Leone. But unfortunately, the Ebola crisis made us change our plans. So thanks to the Align Foundation, we could move to Benin and start working with them. Let's take a look at the data. The infant mortality rate back in 2014 was near to 60 per thousand, and the Niki Health Center hosted more than 4,000 infants, of whom 500 were premature babies. There, they have a pretty regular conditions. They have an average temperature between 25 and 30 degrees, and they have no problems in current administration. Then it was time to learn how a real incubator worked. I realized I was not going to be able to put my device instead of those in the hospitals, but instead I had a mission. I had to be able to fill the gap between having nothing and access to a real incubator. Some people told me that's quite easy. Just put a box, a thermostat, and a heater, and it's done. Okay, let's add two more challenges. We want it to be easily replicable and locally, and we want everyone to be able to fix if anything breaks. To do so, I used laser cutting techniques to do some scale prototypes until I got to a design I really liked. It had enough room for the baby and for medical staff to work with, and it had a really simple mechanism that allowed tilting the bed. That prototype had to grow up, so to do it real scale, I used a CNC machine with plywood, and in order to decrease the number of needed screws, I used a press fit technique. In order to finish that design, I used 3D printing techniques to create some pieces, but some of those took so long to be printed, so I decided to redesign again some pieces in order to be able to use some molds to do a several-hour 3D printing piece in just 5 minutes. Then it got time for the electronics. This is one of the strongest points of the design. Its modularity allows anyone to adapt the incubator to their needs. So if you need temperature regulation, you can add that module. If you need an interface with the doctors, you can add that module. It's quite easy. So we have currently 3 different modules. We have a Bluetooth interface, a control panel for medical staff to deal with the device, and a temperature and humidity control system. Adding a new feature is as easy as changing or adding the module and just connect it. Finally, in order to better control the inner environment, I designed and 3D printed some nozzles and tubes. And you know who said an incubator couldn't be cute? Finally, joining all the pieces, we got to a first prototype that can control the humidity, regulate the temperature, and tilt the bed if needed. And it's so simple to use. You can learn how to use it in just a few minutes. This prototype can be reproduced anywhere in the world for $300 or less. And you don't have to pay royalties to anyone. It is patent-free. Yeah. It is published under the MIT license. In the internet, you can find all the schematics. And you can do whatever you want with it. You can commercialize it, fix it, add new things, wherever. Currently, we are in first stage. This first prototype is being shipped to Benin, and for the next few months, it's going to be tested. And with its feedback, we will be able to make some improvements on the design and send a second one. But this is not meant to be my project. I don't want it to be a 3-people project. I want it to be our project, a global project. And I have a question for you. Do you want to join us? Thank you.